said, okay. I said, I got to go find the files. I found the files. Now, I know that everybody is starting from the top, but I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way up. Now, I have randomly selected, I just said, I'm going to get this one. I'm going to get this one. I'm telling you what I did. And we're going to see how this thing plays out. Document itself and everything is exhibits. And guess what? That's where I'm going to live at tonight. So I got one, two, probably about 6 or 7 paragraphs, randomly selected paragraphs throughout the whole entire docket, right? But I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go over some of the exhibits because I want to see, you mean to tell me, listen now, you mean to tell me their legal team had about 130 pages of exhibits to support the appeal? Say what again, Tony? I said, you mean to tell me that his new legal team in 193 pages, 130 pages is nothing but exhibits? That is the supporting documents that when that new regional judge read this thing, yeah, of course, he's going to read the whole entire documents, but the proof is in the exhibits, the supporting documents, the supporting emails, the supporting pictures. Now, that's how you build your packet. Now, as you know over here, you're not going to get the same content. And guess what? Let's go ahead and start. But let me go ahead and show some love in the comment. Let me see who came over here early. The Tony Talks Vested Up Compelling Sports Edge. The power of God. You mean to tell me, y'all, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep my excitement down. You mean to tell me that God has heard his people from on high and we getting this information in 30 days? Now, when have you ever heard a case of this magnitude? We're getting everything within 30 days. Man, y'all better go ahead and give God some praise over here. If you over here, Tony Talks Vested Up, because we talk about God, faith in football, and now we're talking about God, faith, and this judicial system, because something got to stop. It got to stop. They're killing our kids. They're killing our brothers, our sisters, our mothers, our fathers. For what? For being wrapped in melanin? Is that what it is? Call his name. Call his name. We got God's attention, y'all. Come on. This is when you grab onto the power of Almighty and you start praying and seeking his face so he can open up the doors for all of us. This is the time. This is the time. This is a spiritual awakening and a reckoning. And they don't even know that it's here. They don't know that it's here. And guess what? If they don't know that it's here, it is not my job to open their eyes. It is not my job to knock on their heart. It is not my job to open their ears. I'm talking to the people. I'm talking to the people that God has called over here to this channel. It doesn't matter what's going on any time of the day. You are here with me, and I'm not going to waste your time, but we're going to go ahead and give God the praise in here. Let's go. Come on with it. Come on with it. My window. Hold on. Hold on. Whoa. Let's go ahead. Let me share my screen again. What page was that? That was after 100. Hold on. That seemed like it was about to get good. Let's see here. Let's see. So let's go to 111. The agreement and the finished reliance. Okay, y'all got it up. Blow this up a little bit. Santobello does not involve an identical proceeding settings, but it applies the governing due process principle. When the state induces detrimental reliance on a definite promise, y'all, we heard about this promise. I got to find out what this promise was. And then it repudiates after the reliance can no longer be unfound, fundamental fairness is implicated. In Santobello versus New York, the state made a promise the defendant relied upon and then broke it. Through a change of prosecutors and perhaps inadvertently, the court held that the breach could not stand and vacate the judgment. Even though the breach may have been unintentional, and even though the sentencing judge said a broken promise had not influenced him, I got to find the promise. I got to find the promise. The defense here relied on the parties' understanding through three successive phases of the trials. The voir dire, that's the jury, the opening statement, and the cross-examination of the state witness. And the state's repudiated is only when the defense reached its own case at a point when the reliance could no longer be undone. If the inadvertent breach in the Sanobella requires relief, the a deliberate mid-trial reputation here warrants at least the hearing the grounds requested. Okay, hold on. Before and during the trial, this is paragraph 112. Before and during the trial, the state and the defense operated under an unwritten understanding that certain character and extraneous offense evidence would be excluded and would not be offered at the trial. Y'all go ahead and remember 112, 112, 112. In reliance on that understanding, the defense made strategic commitments. The defense made strategic commitments that it would later redact. It conducted the jury and the selection of the jury, delivered its opening statement and cross-examinations the state witness, including foregoing questioning it would otherwise have pursued concerning the knife, on the assumption that the agreed upon evidence would not be What? Who said on the defense that the knife would not be introduced, y'all? Hold on. 112, 112, 112. So this is why the knife was not brought to the courtroom. Exhibit 10. Hold on. We finna go to Exhibit 10. We finna go to Exhibit 10. Hold on. So you mean to tell me that the state and the defense operated under a written understanding that certain characters and extraneous offense evidence would be excluded and would not be offered to the trial? Go down, including foregoing questioning it would otherwise have pursued concerning of the knife, on the assumption that the agreed upon evidence would not be introduced. The understanding was never reduced to writing a place in record. Affidavit of trial counsel, Exhibit 10. We finna go on this. We finna go on this. Hold on. Here go 10. Here go 10. Y'all can see that? Let's see here. This is Exhibit 11. Here goes Exhibit 10. Okay, we got, okay. This many pages in Exhibit 10. Okay, let's keep going. Well, let's keep going. Then who wrote Exhibit 10? Who wrote Exhibit 10? Oh, the Exhibit 10 is Mike Howard's effort on David. Let's see what he talked about. Signed and notarized. I didn't know this. Hey, Justine, 34 minutes, Exhibit 10, Mike Howard's affidavit. Exhibit 10, Mike Howard's affidavit. Let's go ahead. Go ahead and get your notes and your drink and your vest. Let's see what he wrote up. Oh, this about to get nasty. Let's see here. That's the same cause number. Got it. Carmelo Sincere Anthony, the defendant, the state of Texas, county of Dallas. Y'all just bear with me with some of these legal terms, okay? Before me, the undersigned notary public on this day personally appealed Mike Howard, who being by me duly swear, deposed and stated the following. I, Mike Howard, at least 18 years old, of a sound mind, and I am competent and qualified to make this affidavit. I have personal knowledge of the facts stated within, that they are true and correct. Here we go. He said, I declare I was the trial counsel supported by second chair co-counsel Toby Shook, third chair co-counsel Tasha Gooper, never heard her name before, and a briefing appellant co-counsel Michael Mowley, who represented Carmelo Anthony in cause number, you see that cause number, leading up to June 1st. Oh, we're going to get some information. Trial of this case, the defense and prosecution reached an agreement where the prosecution and the defense jointly agreed not to raise any alleged character, reputation, and extraneous offenses, bad acts, evidence relating to Mr. Anthony, as well as Austin Metcalf and Hunter Metcalf during the trial. Okay, we heard that, I think it was last week or this weekend here, that it was the judge had decided not to. He told everything. He brought up the possibility of the agreement of times well before the agreement was discussed in detail and eventually reached. When mentioning a proposed agreement, Mr. Wilski proposed that we try the case clean, which he defines as basically only on what happened under the tent of the day, under the Memorial High School tent at Kuyakendo Stadium on April the 2nd, 2025, and not go into character, reputation, or extraneous offense and or bad act evidence applicable to either Austin, Hunter Metcalf, or Carmelo Anthony. Okay. On May the 5th, 2026, Mr. Shook and Mr. Wilkie discussed this proposed agreement by phone. During that phone call, Mr. Shook, Mr. Wilkie discussed the evidence of character, reputation, and extraneous offensive bad conduct as it applies to both Metcalf twins and Carmelo Anthony. Mr. Wilkie reiterated that he would be happy to try this without getting into character at all, just on what happened on the day of the track meet. On May, did he keep a diary? Did he keep a diary? Mike Howard kept a diary. Hold on. Mike Howard kept a diary. On May 8th, 2026, the defense and the prosecution team met in the Collins County grand jury room. Is this the meeting? And this was this year. So on May the 8th, 2026, let me keep reading. The prosecution team gave us a document entitled State Notice of Intent to Use Extraneous Offenses, State Notice, and we gave to them a document entitled Anthony's Motion in Lyman regarding the admissible or pertinent character traits evidence under the ambiguous aggressor rule, and evidence under Texas Code Criminal Prod Art 3836. I got to look that up. Herein after defense notice, after tendering to each other respective extras followed a briefing, we then discussed the proposed agreement where Mr. Whiskey referred to a gentleman's agreement. Oh, this is the gentleman's agreement. Okay. Mr. Wilkie outlined the proposed agreement as follows, y'all. So this is Exhibit 10, paragraph 5. Exhibit 10, paragraph 5. Mr. Wilkie outlined the proposed agreement as follows. Both sides try the case without character, reputation, and extraneous evidence for either the Metcalf twins or Carmelo Anthony, and just try the case based on what happened in 10, and doing another description during that meeting, what happened on the day of the incidents. Seeking clarification, I asked, and Mr. Whiskey confirmed that this would mean that the defense would not go into evidence relating to the Metcalf twins, reputation, offenses, extra offenses related to. I know what that means. That they already know who these twins were. So when we said that they were bullies, and it's rumored that they were bullies, we don't have to say that no more. Because why would they put this in a legal document not to talk about the twins' bullying actions and disciplinary actions, discipline actions, right? That means that we don't have to say alleged anymore. They was definitely bullies. Exhibit 10, paragraph 5. Okay. Inclusiveness of discipline and write-ups. The Metcalf twins schools record within this framework, as well as racism. In exchange, the prosecution wouldn't. Whoa. Whoa, you mean to tell me that the twins, they was racist just like their father? We don't have to say alleged no more. It's in the appeal packet. And Mr. Mike Howard is basically saying with his chest, this is the discussion on May the 8th, 2026. You mean to tell me that the twins was racist? Just like their father, just like their father. Y'all, we got proof. We got proof. Hold on. In exchange, the prosecution would not go into character, reputation, extra offenses act, evidence relating to Carmelo Anthony. We already know he don't have no issues. We don't know he don't have no issues. Let's see here. At this meeting, I'm here. I saw clarification on how this agreement would work practically, and how to handle the possibility of opening the door to the evidence from either side. During this meeting, Mr. Wiki repeatedly expressed his concerns that the defense would kick open its own doors by asking questions of the witnesses that would devolve into issues restricting from this agreement. So what did he basically say? I know exactly what he's saying. Even though they got agreement, he is afraid that Mike Howard, once that witness got on the stand, Mike Howard, and I've seen lawyers do this, they can ask a question a certain way that would and the witness would answer that question in a certain way where it can lead into a topic that the prosecution didn't want to take place in this. So he's saying he was fearful of this, right? Okay, hold on. Okay, I asked about specific statements made by witnesses interviewed by the police and captured by video on the day of the incident, where those witnesses discuss the Madcap twins being passionate, triggered, and tolerating not being disrespected, etc., etc. You mean to tell me when we saw the twins walking through that gate and we said that they was hostile and aggressive, you mean to tell me some witnesses said the same thing about the twins? Gotcha. Let's see here. Mr. Wilkie eventually agreed that questions narrowly tailored to ask about specific statements witnesses made to the police. So hold on. I didn't see none of that in the arrest record unless it was on page 2. And that's the only page that I didn't have was page 2. Because in page 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, I didn't see this. Huh. Okay, let's go. Made to the police about the incident under the tent on April the 2nd, 2025, including statements just described about the mindset and actions of the parties involved in the incident would not constitute kicking open your own door and thus would not violate the proposed agreement. First of all, who makes agreements like this behind the scenes? Is this something real? I think this is illegal. During the meeting, we discussed terms of the agreement, being that testimony from eyewitnesses under the memorial tent on April the 2nd, 2025, and who were discussing the facts of what happened under the memorial tent on April the 2nd, 2025 would be permissible, and that neither sides would go into character but either Madcap twins or Carmelo Anthony. During this meeting, I also asked about the agreement regarding the possibility of the defense calling experts. Hey, y'all, we finna get in why Mike Howard did not call not one expert. Hold your vest. I don't know what's about to be said, so hold your vest. Let's see here. The prosecutors only discussed how the agreement would apply to the defense. Hold on. First of all, you mean to tell me the Anthonys have paid Mike Howard, but the prosecutors is able to determine how Mike Howard could use his legal ability to call in experts? You might as well say this was not even, based off this was not a fair trial. This is what I'm trying to say. And for the prosecution to do whatever they want to do on their side, who gave them the right and the authority to determine what the defense could happen, y'all? Nobody considered Carmelo Anthony fate or his fairness to a fair and impartial trial. Nobody considered Carmelo Anthony, the young black boy who's sitting over there, who was locked up, who was bullied in the stands and was defending himself. Y'all, do y'all see anything about self-defense so far in this case? They are worried about character witness and reputations. What? Let's keep reading. Don't let me get ahead of myself. Now I'm getting hot. The prosecution only discussed how the agreement would apply to the defense experts during the sentence phase. So I asked how the probability of defense calling experts, why would he even entertain this? You a defense lawyer. Why would you even entertain such an agreement? So I asked how the possibility of the defense calling experts to testify during the guilt-innocent phase would impact the proposed agreement. The prosecutor teams realized that they have not considered calling us The prosecutor team replied that they had not considered us calling experts to testify. What? The prosecutor team replied that they had not even considered Carmelo Anthony defense team calling experts to testify during the guilt or innocent phase. They stated that if the defense called expert witness to testify regarding Mr. Epstein, are you serious? They stated that if the defense called experts to testify regarding Mr. Anthony's epilepsy, y'all, that's medical, on or about the flight or fight response, they considered expert testimony like that to violate the agreement and thus open the door to character, reputation, and extra offense act as evidence. Oh my gosh. Are you serious? Are you serious? That's why it was not discussed about his medical. Hold on, let me go radio style. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Whew. Judge Roach shaped and molded the trial in the direction that he wished for it to go by orchestrating the intentional leaving out the defense entail that he would. There you go. There you go, Tesla said. Yes. There you go. Oh my gosh. That means, look, forget about appeal bond. When the next regional judge sees this, Carmelo Anthony, wherever he is, that judge need to do this right here. Hey, yes, this is Judge such and such. I want to talk to the warden of where he at? Wallace Unit. Yes, as of now, I want you to, Carmelo Anthony is free. We'll talk about that later. Release that young man now. Release that young man now. We, you know what? I'm holding Collins County Judge Roach in contempt of court. And I want him at my office tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock and make sure he bring his own defense attorney. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see this? No wonder the case was one-sided. God, hold on. Bullies and racists. Exactly. Oh gosh, open the door. Come on. That's why they were kicked out. Even their coaches told this. And another thing, Carmelo has epilepsy. I just read that. And when he got attacked, he probably feel that. See, you said this about 7 minutes ago, and now we're just getting to that the prosecution didn't want. The agreement was not to have any experts called in, not even to talk about Carmelo Anthony epilepsy. I wonder, did the Anthony family, I know they didn't know about this. And when he got attacked, he probably feel it's right here. It's right here, 420, right on time. Right on time. It's right here on the seconds. Oh my gosh. The tent school right next to Memorial Tent was cut out of the video because they was able to see the whole fight altercation and could. That's right. It's illegal. Come on. The entire case was dirty from the beginning. Where are the haters now? Where is everybody that has been harassing us for almost 30 days in our own live stream videos? Where are the haters now? Where are the haters now? Judge Roach is the reason Carmelo didn't do it. Money, hey, sure wasn't a fair trial. Misconduct in the, come on with it, justice system. Come on, pray for soul. Come on. The defense lawyer was in on it because he agreed to this. I need to see. You're right. Mike Howard is not totally. Let me just go ahead and get through this. I listen. We may just stop at exhibit 10. I got to see what's in 8 and 18, and then we gonna call it a night because I need to get my mind right on this right here. Who agreed to this? Hold on. So we know who all gathered those 8 months at the round table, conjuring up Carmelo's fate and citizen. That's why it went so fast. Facts. They already knew. Like the other investor said, Coach Judge Roach, he orchestrated this into the direction that he wanted to go. You're right. The fix was already in. So now when people say that we said that the fix was in and they called us crazy, where are all the crazy people that said that we're over here talking crazy? And remember, somebody said, why are you not talking facts? This is facts. Mike Howard, this is Mike Howard's own affidavit. Did y'all see how detailed his affidavit is? And I heard that Toby Shook from Thelma Alex Anderson has not even submitted his affidavit, and it's been 30 days. Let's see here. You listening to Judge Cottrell so cocky that he told Mike Hold to go and draw up those appeal papers because you know the verdict is guilty alleged. Okay, shit, we don't need to do alleged no more. Why such shit? Not this deep. Why such surprise? I'm saying I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. But I'm surprised in the length that they went, and they called us crazy. They said we was making unnecessary noise. They said that we was just taking up for a murderer. Y'all know what they said over here and all the other channels. You dreaming. Toby Shook, and yes, they said Roach doesn't want to recuse. Yeah, he already denied it. La La Land. Who La La Land? Mike Howard. The phone call is what's needed. Let's see here. What's wrong with Mike Howard? He acts as if he's trying to help the prosecution deny the appeal. He's proving independent counsel. So what he's doing is he submitted this affidavit to Carmelo Anthony new legal team on what went behind the scenes. So yeah, they basically cut off his legs, his arm, and his heads. But like somebody said, he had to agree to this. I want to know what they had to agree to him. Was he attacked by bright flashing lights? They're getting jobs at the prison. This was obvious. I'll see here. They are still out there saying he's guilty. Okay. It doesn't matter to them that it was fixed. Listen, okay, building careers on cases. Come on with it. Facts based disorder like epilepsy and autism has an impact on a person's sensory. Right. Response. That's why forensics and neuro. And as you see, it was agreement not to bring none of them in. Not one. Now, let's go ahead. On May the 11th, 2026, Mr. Wilski, Drew Mitchell, Mr. Shook, and I discussed the proposed agreement again on phone. Let me tell you what, Mike Howard. You should have picked up the phone and called whoever lawyers called when such a travesty is being discussed. Mike Howard, not one time did you entertain this on May the 8th in your own words, right here. On May the 8th, you also entertained this again on May the 11th, 3 days later. Mr. Wilkie, Drew Mitchell, Mr. Shook, and I discussed the proposed agreement by phone. I informed the prosecution that we had an informal agreement on the proposed agreement, but that we needed to have a final conversation with Mr. Anthony and I informed the prosecution that we had an informal agreement on the proposed agreement, but that we needed to have a final conversation with Mr. Anthony and his parents to confirm the final agreement. Justine, 57 minutes. Exhibit 10:6, Carmelo Anthony parents. During the phone conversation, Mr. Wiki confirmed that the agreement would extend to the sentencing phase of the trial. Y'all, that no wonder he got 35 years. So that means if you couldn't bring in the reputation, good or bad, of Carmelo Anthony during the trial, that means that he could not express who Carmelo Anthony was. Now we understand why the mother was only asked 2 questions and why nobody was brought in to speak on Carmelo Anthony behalf during the sentencing trial. Y'all remember when I did that video and I said that one of my reasons why Carmelo Anthony didn't take the stand himself is because once he got up there, they was going to see exactly who he was. They was going to see how well he spoke, how memorable he was, and it was going to cause doubt. God dang. Oh my gosh. During the phone call, Mr. Wiki confirmed that the agreement would extend to the sentencing phase of the trial as well. Mr. Wilkie said that would mean that in accordance with the agreement, the prosecution would quickly rest its sentencing case in chief without going into any allegations listed in the state's notice. Mr. Wilkie said, however, that he would not allow a false impression to be presented to the jury by a defense witness, and that if such thing occurred, he would respond by going into character, reputation, and evidence from the state's notice. After the defense asked about Anthony's family members testifying at sentence, Mr. Wiki agreed that the agreement would cover Mr. Anthony's mother testifying to the standard. Oh my gosh. Oh, you mean to tell me that Mike Howard, and you mean to tell me Carmelo Anthony's mother agreed to this? She only agreed to say these 2 sentences. I love my son, please show him mercy. Type testimony. Mr. Wiki agreed to the agreement would cover Mr. Anthony's mother testifying to the standards. I love my son, please show him mercy. Type testimony. But no further. Give me a second, y'all. I'm really trying to wrap my head through this. So not only did Carmelo Anthony defense team agree to this, his mother, oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Let me read the comments. Just let me read the comments. We, the people, do not care about your words, your world of self-perception. Y'all are mad because God has moved on Carmelo's behalf. Yes, 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 yes. The wickedness is gross. Wickedness. Isaiah 60. I agree. They wanted to hide who those twins were. Yes. And notice how no recorded call has been leaked from Carmelo in prison because Carmelo is telling his parents the truth on those calls and they were hiding them. They did what? Y'all, the federal government, I don't want to, let's just keep reading. Let's just keep reading. Hold on. They didn't even try to prove that Carmelo, thank you. Yes, Lord have mercy, yes. Yes, they control what his mother had to say and the questions she got him. Let me tell you one thing. As a mother, I would have said, Mike Howard. Oh, you want me to say that? Okay. Mike Howard, you just want me to say that? Oh, and we good. I would agree to everything, knowing that they had that type of agreement behind the stands. Oh, okay. Oh, Mike Howard, that's all you want me to say? Oh, I would have been up there in my best. Oh, I would have went up there in my best outfit, sitting up there. The first 2 questions. Yeah. And then I would have said, by the way, I would like to add, this is my son who has a 3.7 GPA, 21 scholarships. He saved somebody's life. He's a very good son. That is my son. Yes, I want you to have mercy on my son, but my son is a good one. My son is raised in a Christian home. Oh my gosh, I would have been spilling. I would have been spilling my own son's wrestling. Look, they would have had me put me in contempt of court. I would have been up there and I would have said, and by the way, they got an agreement behind it. Oh my gosh. Listen, the media, let me tell you one thing. Now, Miss Anthony, I don't know who you are, sweetie. Let me tell you one thing. I don't know who you are and how they scared you up. And I'm so sorry, so don't take this the wrong way. But let me tell you one thing. And since we know that you only said this on the stands, you shouldn't have with it. Oh gosh, I'm trying to hold it. They couldn't do my son like that. And first of all, you couldn't tell me how to even answer questions regarding my son. What the, is this all was this? Mothers and fathers in the room, please put in the comment if y'all would have followed your defense attorney who you paying hundreds of $millions to not say nothing about your son or your daughter when their life is, oh my gosh, when their life is on the balance. Y'all, if I didn't see this with my own eyes, now I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was this bad. And she agreed to it. Let me tell you one thing. Even though I would have been found in contempt of court and the bailiff would have had to come put me in handcuffs, I still would have been, this is my son. Don't do my son like this. I would have been screaming it because you know what? Even though the media wasn't in there and cameras weren't in there, I know it was some podcasters over there. I knew it was somebody from YouTube over there. I knew it was somebody from X over there. I knew it was somebody from here over there. Independent media contributors. I would have said, write it. Write it. I'm screaming it for my son's life. KARMELO would, listen, ain't no way they would have had me turn on my son like this. Oh, what?